D. Wexler & Sons Steel Warehouse is a proud sponsor of Crime Pays but Botany Doesn't. Since 1928, D. Wexler & Sons has supplied quality ferrous and non-ferrous products to Chicagoland's fabricators, manufacturers, and construction companies. D. Wexler & Sons provides a superior level of customer service with knowledgeable staff that will go above and beyond to facilitate your next project, no matter how big or small. D. Wexler & Sons is your go-to source for angles and structural angles, bar channels, black pipe, C and MC channels, corrugated decking and sheet pile shoring, expanded steel and not flattened expanded steel, fabricated items, handrails and rebar, hot rolled flats, rounds, sheet, squares, and strip, punched channels, rectangular electroweld tube and square electroweld tube, square structural tube, stair treads, steel four-way door plate, steel plates, T's and hot rolled rounds, UM plates, and W beams and S beams. D. Wexler & Sons, Chicagoland's local steel warehouse.
If you need steel, you better not go no place else. If I find out you've been going someplace else, I'm gonna hit you in the head with this pole. D. Wexler, providing quality steel materials and services nice.
Oh, beautiful. 6,500 feet on limestone soils. I see this on the side of the road, and I thought it was some sort of oh, look at that. We got jets. Oh, it's those weird helicopter things. What are they doing? Where are they going to? I almost miss being in the Southwest and seeing freaky shit like this all the time. Anyway, saw this from the side of the road. Thought it was some member of the carrot family. It was blowing in the wind. Turns out it's Asclepias subverticillata. It's a milkweed. Adapted to the high, dry landscape of the Four Corners region, Asclepias subverticillata. And there's those tiny flowers. Also got Zinnia grandiflora as well. Those giant-ass ligules, those giant-ass rays, which when the whole flower dries out after it's done, act as a little sail for the seed. The seed is attached to that, pops out. I just ripped the whole head off, but it's not fully dry yet. But nice dispersal mechanism. There you go. There's the seed. Look at that. Zinnia grandiflora. We get that in Texas too. Man, Alan just seen this. I didn't even see this just now. What you said? This is Pucciniales. That's the same one that, same fungus that infects brassicas, right?
Yeah, it's a rust fungus, and it's completely mutated. Looks like the seed pod, I guess.
Yeah.
And you can see it's making all sorts of little spores there. Those would look awesome in the microscope.
That's insane. You should collect this. Are you going to collect it?
For sure. Yeah, definitely. And these things are really specific to the host. So if we look up this species of milkweed, we might be able to figure out what it is.
I wonder if it's been documented for. I'm sure it has been, right?
Probably.
Oh, San Vitalia, Asteraceae, a birdii. San Vitalia is a cool little. Look at it. It's got like little spiny inflorescence. And look at the palea too. Those little shimmery bracts. And we got Lycium here too, wolfberry, nightshade family, Solanaceae. And it's just a grassland with a host of small annuals. Got some chollas, got some junipers. What is that, Hesperidanthus, that mustard over there? Possibly. You can tell they got some moisture. Atriplex canescens is around too. In this range nearby, you can find Epithelantha micromeris. Got Melampodium, Blackfoot daisy, which you get in Texas, of course. And you got this limestone substrate. And here we got an Onothera, an evening primrose. Onograceae is the family. You can see the buds are waiting to go off. They'll be blooming tonight at about 6 p.m., maybe 7. But what's the key giveaway? It's an Onothera. Well, the buds are ready to go off, and they're closed right now. But you could tell they're totally just waiting with bated breath. So it's an evening. That gives a hint it's an evening bloomer. And then the shape, it's just an Onothera. And then you can actually see that green part where it transitions from red to green. That green part is the fruit. That's the inferior ovary. And so this has a suffrutescent habit. When it's woody down below, it's technically a shrub. we call it subfrutescent, but it's only woody for like 2 or 3 inches up. So that's Onothera tubicula. Tubicula! And on the grasslands here at 6,800 feet. And then growing on the roadside amongst the limestone talus next to the Blackfoot daisy, we got another subfrutescent. That's today's word of the day. All right, next to bulbag, we got the Lorandersonia baileyi. Look at those. That's just basically a narrow, elongated sunflower with multiple filaries. These haven't opened yet. This one has no daisy rays, no ligules, no petals. You can see it's got 4 flowers in there, maybe 4 or 5. Each one of those little tubes is a flower. But it's subfrutescent, Lorandersonia baileyi, a relative of Ericomeria. And we get that little verbena over there too, because it's Neo-Mexicana. The purple flowers and the white is Houstonia acerosa rubiaceae, coffee family. So Alan's getting photos of the Mirabilis multiflora, which I think that blooms at night too. You can see they're just wrapping up. Moth pollination's big here, man. Can't stress it enough. We got this nice area where they graded the road, and they got little limestone talus everywhere. And over there we got Ceanothus, which is a cool amaranthaceae member with unforgettably woolly flower heads. And right here we got Sphaeralcea leptophylla. Lepto means small, narrow, phylla means leaf. Boom, you get it where that comes from. An unforgettable globe mallow. It's got them tiny flowers, and it's very obviously, you know, it looks like a grass. It's just very obviously built for hot, dry locations, somewhat sparsely vegetated locations. And this is somewhat sparsely vegetated, but I love it. Sphaeralcea leptophylla. I saw this a month or 2 ago near the Arizona-New Mexico border. And then we got a whole host of lovely grasses. We got bootaloo. I think that's just curtipendula right there. God, there's some fucking dope grasses in New Mexico, man. This state has some wonderful grass species. We got Artemisia tridentata over there as well. Great Basin sagebrush. Never mind. That's just a very large Ceanothus with those reduced flowers. Woolly as hell, though. Amaranthaceae to quinoa and spinach family. And then not to be confused with zinnia, this is the genus Xylostrophy, which is the most closely related genus to that species that was just described from Big Bend National Park only a year ago. Described in my home herbarium, too, at Sewell Ross University. Look at those woolly involucres. Little limestone stuff, more bootaloo. God, it's fucking great out here. You know, it really is. What a dying yucca, though. I wonder what's up with that. I guess they drought or what. It has been a bad drought. And then, of course, we got a Medzelia as well. The Velcro leaf, so called because of those barbed hairs. It doesn't sting. The South American members of this clade sting. Look at that cute little ladybug. How about that? Oh, look at that. It's nice. A lot of these are moth-pollinated, too. They bloom at night. Gotta love a Medzelia. Oh, that's going to be nice to draw. I'm going to take a picture of this. I'm going to draw this. You know, for the therapeutic reasons. Calm me down. Yeah, we're gonna start making herbal poultices and medicines. Herbal poultices are safe word, right, Alan?
That's right.
Anyway, this is a cool one to see. This is Thieves longipes, and it's subfrutescent. Again, the key word today is subfrutescent. And what does that mean? It means it's got a woody base, but it doesn't get very tall. It still stays pretty matted. And what's cool about this genus, Thieves, is mostly herbs. It's mostly herbaceous, no woody tissue. This one has woody tissue, and it's a perennial. And then there's those flower heads. No rays. The leaves are linear. It's built for the dry limestone. I know this from West Texas too. A lot of affinities with the West Texas limestone flora. Look at those little. Each one of those forked styles corresponds to one flower. So there's probably like 80 flowers inside that head. And then you got those caliculi beneath it. The whole thing's glabrous and rubbery. Ooh. Full frontal nudity on the Zinnia grandiflora. Look at those orange florets. This is such a great fucking genus. Zinnia anomala is the cool rare one from West Texas. But I love them all. And of course those yellow rays, the whole thing comes off and acts as a sail for the seed. And then of course we got Capitan too, which is a big nectar boon, member of the nightshade family. Big nectar boon for the pollinators. Plenty of Capitan, but this one's growing prostrate on the ground. I mean, we got just our normal weedy Helianthus annuus. And this shit grass is this, I don't know, another cool New Mexico grass, looks like. What is that? Botriacloa back there with the little paintbrush inflorescences. A lot of nice stuff. So this is cool. We got a scrub oak. This might even all be the same individual. And this is as tall as they get. They get 2, 3 feet tall. You can see they're growing in a stressful place. Probably, Alan was just wondering about what kinds of mushrooms come up here. Certainly there's got to be some cool mycorrhizae, because it'd be very hard to get by here without any mycorrhizae, since it's such a drought-stricken, and grown on limestone too. You can't get by without a little help from your friends. So, but of course, the time to come look for mushrooms is after a rain. But we've got these glaucous leaves, pubescent, and really peculiar. Yeah. Anyway, and then we got this Tetranuris right here, which at first just looks like Scoposa, but those leaves do look extra hairy. I guess it is just Scoposa. Argentea grows around here too, but I believe it's got colline leaves going up the scape. But either way, a DYC, and it's got those fuzzy phyllaries too. And you look at the side of that flower head, these little strigose hairs. And then across the street we got this oak, which to me this just looks like a very healthy Quercus grisea, but you can see the leaf shape is much different. So this might actually be a hybrid. And oaks, they are slutty, so it could be what's going on. It could be a hybrid between grisea and something else. Is this just grisea too? That is large leaves on a grisea. Yeah, this thing, it looks like a hybrid between grisea and something else. That's pretty cool. Maybe grisea and gambellii. Yeah, look at it. This is just, I think that's just the Gambel's oak or some other oak grisea hybrid. Look how much bigger that grisea is too. I guess it could be environmental over there, but definitely the leaf shape's not. Oh, that's nice. How about that? We got Rus trilobata in the middle of there too. So you look, blending right in. Never mind. I guess that one down there was the grisea hybrid too. But yeah, this is the type. This is grisea, Quercus grisea, wonderful oak for dry climates. Get them in West Texas, and then not surprisingly, right next to it, we got Quercus gambellii. So yeah, that was the Quercus X undulata grisea gamble oak hybrid. A nice little camping spot with that, And then now that we're at 7,000 feet, we're starting to get a little bit more diversity, including this Ceanothus fendleri. A very small-leaved Ceanothus. This is mostly western genus. You get 1 or 2 species on the eastern seaboard, east coast, up through the Midwest. Oh, it smells so piney and nice. And then as you go west, you start getting more diversity. And then, of course, California has like 80 fucking species or something. Lots of cool ones. Buckthorn family Rhamnaceae, nitrogen-fixing bacteria in the roots, that Frankia bacteria, and then those tiny flowers. You can see they're mostly post right now, and they got those 3 with Ceanothus. Of course, the genus has those three prominent veins in the leaves. And the fruits explosively dehisce to shoot seed everywhere. Look at that nice alligator juniper, Juniperus depiana. These are some nice woodlands. And no idea what opuntia that is. Don't really care, to be honest. I'm a little curious. But it does have the cochineal scale, which of course is the source of red dye. See, squish it, and there you go. You get that, what is it, carminic acid? What's the name of the compound? I forget. Anyway, source of red dye. And has been for thousands of years, at least in the New World. We got this cool kind of grassland, kind of a clear understory beneath the Pinus brachyptera and Pinus edulis. And then we got this Hedioma, Hesperidanthus linearifolius, which is a mustard. You can see those 4 purple petals, and then Hedioma, which is a mint. Opposite leaves, and your typical mint/catnip looking flower. It smells pretty good too. Diminutive little mints, the Hediomas. Then I wonder if this is just the Molenbergia, this bunch grass. Seems native though, seems pretty cool. Oh, beautiful mountains. And then we got a cool penstemon cardinalis with that yellow, those yellow hairs on the end. It looks like the staminode is glabrous, I can't really tell. You got those pigments from that cochineal all over my fingers. My hands are fucking dirty. That's cool. Got your opposite leaves, glabrous, growing at 7,300 feet, and probably got some seed. Definitely got some seed maturing right there. Got a nice little goldenrod too. Nice little solidago. Is it solidago simplex, maybe? Just the rosette and a few colline leaves, and then a shit ton of flower heads on a spike. Who's getting that? Look at little fly. Is that a mosquito pollinating? Could be. And of course, there's invasive mullein everywhere. But look, now we're getting up into the talus. You can see it was forest at one point. But over a series of, maybe it was just one fire, maybe it was a few, maybe it's been drought, it's compacted it too, but the forest has tapered off. We got Doug fir, gamble oak, and Abies concolor white fir behind me. And then what's this? Is this a cottonwood or an aspen? Looks like a cottonwood. But this talus looks really interesting. We got verbena, what is that, McDougallii? Right there, the little purple rad, little spike inflorescence of tiny purple flowers. Look at how the lichen, look at how the rocks are all green up there from all the lichen, and then where they've still been falling, and they're just, they're pink. Seems to be granite or andesite. Wonderful view of the valley down on yonder, and then we got Jamesonia americana, which is in Hydrangeaceae, which is a peculiar member of Hydrangeaceae. It only occurs in this region. It goes up into Colorado too, but it's not very widespread. So we're up here at 8,400 feet. Alan, what'd you find?
That's Amanita populifera. It's a little grisette, Amanita section vaginate, that grows only with populus. This one has no ring and the striate margin, and it's a good edible.
So it's mycorrhizal with the quaking aspens.
Yep.
There we go. So it's an edible amanita. Section vaginate. That's got the striate margin, right? That's a trademark of that section?
Yep.
Which you could see, it's got the striations right there. And we got Thermopsis. We have a Thermopsis species, I guess it's Thermopsis montana, which is Phaboideae, the Phaboideae subfamily. It's a legume, also edible with those trichid leaves. Got some nice orange mushrooms right here. This Gambell's oak grove. Gambell's oak. I didn't even know quaking aspen was mycorrhizal.
Swillis.
So that's mycorrhizal with the oaks,
With
probably.
pine.
Oh, with pines.
Only pine. This one is Swillis caibabensis. Pinus ponderosa.
Yeah, that Thermopsis is everywhere. You can tell it's got a big root because there's just these tiny little stems, a bunch of them, all coming up. See, those are spaced like 2 inches apart, all coming up from what must be a very large root in the ground. And indeed, that's one of the qualities of Thermopsis. They've got these large roots in the ground. Also got Lithosperma multiflorum right here. Boraginaceae. Same genus as Hoary Puccoon. God, these sky islands are so cool. You see so many taxa that you see in the east, but you see, drier, higher versions of them. Of course, we got Pinus strobiformis, a 5-needled pine. Look at the fascicles, they're fascicles of 5, bunches of 5. Got Doug fir, Pinus brachyptera, others formerly known as Pinus ponderosa. And Abies concolor. Is there Abies up here? I just saw it down below. Yeah, look, there's the flowers on that Thermopsis. It's wild. Yeah, you get this out east. Just like a little yellow pea flower, and there's a shit ton of it here too. So not surprising to see this here, since there's a ton of pines and a ton of mycorrhizal mushrooms, and of course you get this member of the blueberry family that parasitizes it. This is Monotropa hypopitys, which I've only seen, actually I've seen it in Illinois before, but I've also seen it this red in Cochise County, Arizona. But here we are in an isolated sky island in central New Mexico. This is a nice one right here. Looks like a sunflower, basically a tall sunflower. You can see it's got proximally the leaves are opposite, and distally the leaves are alternate, which quite a few members of Asteraceae do. And the filaries on us are just stunners. This is Helianthella quinquenervis. Really showy flower, large flower. Who's growing this, I wonder? Glabrous leaves. Well, now they're kind of scabbered. They got tiny hairs on them. But yeah, that's peculiar. Opposite down below, and then they kind of start becoming alternate right where the main part of the peduncle is. So we got a whole forest floor covered in Thermopsis, and then we got, what'd you say this is, Swillis caibabensis?
Yeah, Swillis caibabensis. It's the western version of Swillis granulatus.
And what is it mycorrhizal with pines, you said?
Ponderosa pine.
And those, what did you call
The main
it?
feature is the glandular dots. So as these dark dots there, a lot of times they start out lighter in color, and then as it matures, they'll turn dark brown. These things are edible, but a lot of people will peel the cap because the cap is super slimy and gives a lot of people digestive issues. So if you peel the cap, it comes right off, and then it's a good edible.
And you said everything in Suillus is edible?
Yeah.
And then what's this guy right here?
There's Lactarius deliciosus. And a bunch of undescribed species in this group, also mycorrhizal with ponderosa pine. When it's fresh, it'll have latex that's carrot yellow, and it stains green when damaged.
And so this is a dry one, but you were saying it smells pretty good?
Yeah, it smells really nice.
And then right here we got Rubus idaeus, which is just raspberry. There's plenty of species in the genus Rubus. This is the European red raspberry. So it's invasive here, or naturalized. It doesn't seem to be taken over. But goddamn, it does taste good. It does taste amazing. And these are not the largest berries. I'm sure the ones you get in the store are cultivar, but they taste phenomenal. Got these pinnate leaves. Don't know what the flowers look like. Haven't seen any bloom, but you can see a few series of leaves right there. They don't get too tall, just form a little thicket. And now we're up at 9,200 feet, and so we're getting some really cool stuff. We're getting the delphiniums, we're getting the Cirsium, Perryi, that yellow one. Yellow, the same one we saw over by Serra Blanca. Just a little ways south of here, just northwest of Ruidoso. This delphinium, I assume it's just Nova Mexicanum, which is pollinated by hummingbirds, but I saw the ones I was seeing back near Ruidoso at the same elevation were much whiter, but they did have the same, I guess a similar leaf shape. I don't know. I think there's 3 or 4 delphinium species recorded from Lincoln County, but either way, these are probably getting hit by hummingbirds and moths. And there's the apocarpus fruit. It just means it's 3 carpels. You can clearly make them out. They're distinct. They're not united they're not seamed into one. Got yarrow, achelea, millefolium over there too. That white thing. Cirsium, ribes, the shrubs, and of course we got white fir up there too. Abies concolor. Actually, that's concolor, and then I was seeing laciocarpa as well, and quaking aspens. You look at the needles on the Rocky Mountain form of Abies concolor. The California one doesn't do this. Look at how those needles just curve up. They reflex up. It's very beautiful. This is Inocebi pallida crema, or so Alan says, which is mycorrhizal, huh?
Yeah, mycorrhizal with conifers, recently described. It's in the Inocebi lilacina group.
Are all the Inocebes mycorrhizal?
All of them, yeah.
And this has muscarine in it.
Yeah, quite a bit of muscarine, because that's in the Inocebi geophila group, and that whole clade has a lot of muscarine.
Which is the same compound that Amanita muscaria was, or I guess it was named after Amanita muscaria, but this has more of it, enough to make you sick, he said.
Yeah, Amanita muscaria has a ton of muscimol and just a little bit of muscarine, so the drug in Amanita muscaria is muscimol, whereas the muscarine is toxic, and it's not related chemically to muscimol.
A nice picturesque meadow at 9,300 feet elevation. Actually, I think we're like 95. I don't know. We're pretty high up. Lots of quaking aspen, lots of Doug fir. Alan's over there looking for stuff. A lot of cool grasses, actually. Oh, we got mullein, it's medicinal. Did you know it's medicinal? We got Cirsium Perryi, yarrow, and then we got we got Campanula too, Petiolaria, and then we got Silene Scholari, which is a higher elevation Silene. You can see these flowers aren't open yet. Looks like it's moth pollinated, and it looks like it probably opens at night. It's very sticky. It's very glandular. You can see all those glandular trichomes. And there's the leaves. Is it medicinal? Maybe it's medicinal. Could be medicinal. Stinging nettles. Urtica dioicas. Medicinal.
This one's Urtica gracilis.
Oh, Urtica gracilis. I was going to say, it does look... The flowers look much different. It's not as stingy either. God, look at it. It just falls off over there. Looks really interesting on the satellite. Just looks like rocky talus. Probably a lot of cool plants in it. That's nice right there. Look at that. You could see that. You could see that delphinium. Oh, the light looks perfect. You know, just a beautiful grassy setting. You just imagine some Basque sheep herder pleasuring himself on a blanket back there. You know, he's been up here. He's very lonely. His dog's watching out for him, letting him know if anyone's coming. You know, they want to catch him having a wank. You know what I mean? That's, you know, that shit went on up here. We got a spruce. We got Picea pungens. We got a rusla. What is that, Alan? Which one? You know?
Oh, most of these haven't been named yet, but there's a bunch of names that we could misapply.
And how do you know it's a rus?
So Rusula is always, well, they often are purple, and this one can be purple or green. You can see a little bit of green there. And then the gills are really brittle. Like if we go like this, the gills just start flying everywhere. And then the stem will snap like chalk. So if we break it,
and it's that bright white stem,
just like a piece of chalk. Almost any other mushroom will be a lot more, a lot more fibrous. So if it snaps like chalk, it's in the Rusulaceae.
These are mycorrhizal as hell, right? Oh, it's Mirabilis melanotricha, which is a higher growing Mirabilis. It's got those black trichomes on it. Let's see who's walking over here. I love this delphinium. Some nice stuff here. Look at that. You got that big talus pile over there. More of that Mirabilis. Oh, that's lovely. I love it. There we go. That looks nice over there. Look at that. Just how the shit does it even happen? Just a slope of pure talus. You got some nice, I bet you got some nice snakes over there. Maybe some nice plants too. Got this Erysimum capitatum, of course, which you've been seeing at higher elevations all throughout central New Mexico. 4 petals, and you got that style and stigma, which is really just the fruit poking out of the flower. The wallflowers, Erysimum capitatum. Ah, it looks amazing. Look at that. You could see forever. It's so green, too. But there's some cool shit down there as well. But what is over on those rocky slopes? God damn. What do you think, huh? So much nice stuff. Picea pungens. Blue spruce. Used to seeing it planted out in, oh no, forgive me, that's Doug fir. God, the conifers here can really be a mindfuck. Pinus brachyptera, formerly Pinus ponderosa. Got any cones? No, this is all just male cones. Already done, anyway. God, it's so nice. But look at all that rock. There's got to be, I wonder what those low-growing shrubs are, if that's holodiscus or what. There's got to be some cool shit over there. Some cool alpine, rocky, loving plants. We are at 9,500 feet. Oh, we got Pseudonephalium, which always smells really good. Asteraceae, sunflower family, but the paper daisy subfamily, or actually tribe, Nephaliae. Oh yeah, it does smell. It smells very pleasant. The Nephalioids. You pondering, Louie? What are you doing? Yeah, I want to go over there too. We just don't have time. You see, the Rocky Mountain Doug firs are this beautiful blue color. The California and Pacific Northwest ones are a little bit more green. But over here in this meadow with the quaking aspen, we got this cool little legume. This cool little Lethyrus. I don't know if that's Lethyrus graminiifolius, because it kind of looks like a grass or what. But it's a pea flower, a little bean with the red striations on it. Glaucous foliage, just divaricating leaves. Looks real nice. We got that Silene scholari again too. Sticky. A sticky Silene. Erysimum capitatum. We got Alan over there in a grass. I don't know what he's looking at. It's probably something nice. Really calm and peaceful up here. Oh, this is exciting. This is cool. I didn't even know they had this down. I don't know they had this down here. Another mycoheterotroph from the blueberry family Ericaceae. This is Pterospora andromeda coming out of this sand. What is it? Like granulus? I don't even know. It looks like more like rhyolitic sand, andesitic sand. But look at that tapped into mycorrhizal fungi. No chlorophyll because it doesn't photosynthesize. Did not expect to see that in New Mexico, but I guess I get it here. You get that up in Wisconsin, you get it in Northern California. I didn't know we had that in Lincoln County, New Mexico. Yeah, look at this. There's massive ones right there. I wonder if they're parasitizing whatever fungi the aspens are mycorrhizal with. I guess because there's not really. I mean, there's
pines across the street.
Yeah, but they're way over there. Oh, either way, it's interesting. Look at how big they can get. And then the seeds, did they come out already? The seeds are just tiny. Beautiful swallowtail. Nice end to the day. He must have just emerged. He's crawling up on this iris. Can't quite fly yet. Anyway, we gotta head back down. Have a good rest of your day. Go fuck yourself. Bye.